Teton Mesa 14 tent. And I have seen maybe 2 videos that actually, in a good way, show you the setup, takedown, highlights of the tent. I also bought the footprint that specifically goes with it. I have seen no videos or anything about it, which, granted, it is just a tarp. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you simply the basic setup, basic takedown, maybe, if I remember to do it. These are the stakes that come with the footprint. I bent that one putting it in the dirt. Don't ask me how. It just happened. Now, granted, the first time I set all this up was in the middle of a thunderstorm, because I was trying to season the tent. I don't know if that had something, if something pulled, but then again, this only goes to that. I'm not sure. It's simple. Take a stake, put it in a loop. Start at your corners, pull it tight, and then do the rest. Now notice, I've noticed this on the tent and the footprint. Match your red to your red. This is going to be the front of your tent. You're going to have a red corner on it that matches that. Then on the inside, which I'll show you later, does not make me happy. They used orange instead of red. Now, I'm not trying to be a professional camper, so I don't care that there's little lines. I just want that to be seen. This is the second time I've used the footprint, and it's already started to rip a bit, which isn't really a big deal. It's just a footprint. Now, y'all are going to have to forgive me. This is East Texas, and it is humid. It's humid as hell right now. But this is your Teton Mesa tent. This is the bag it comes in. Actually, it doesn't come in the bag. You have to put it in the bag once you get it. But this is it wrapped up. It's not big, you know. It's big. It weighs a lot. But as far as packing it in your vehicle, it's not really that big of a deal. Now, as you can see, laying it out flat, it fits pretty good on top of the footprint. You have your red corner to red corner. Now, you just got to put the stakes in it. So the stakes are actually very, very nice. Very high quality. Now, first, you got a nice quality bag here that I've already marked up because I just threw it around. It comes with 2 sets of guy lines. These go to your awning, and there's your tent stakes that escaped. And like I said before, they are actually very good quality tent stakes. Like, these are legitimate, like, metal stakes. They actually give you, if I remember right, 4 extra. So you have 4 extra in case you lose one. Just in case. Don't lose them, though. So now we get to set this up. And it is so humid, guys. I don't think y'all understand. So, the hardest part about putting a tent in right now is going through rocks. That stake right there, never coming out again. Now, the next part is actually the poles that go across this thing. That is surprisingly one of the easier things to do. Once again, all your poles come in a really nice bag. Teton has always been really good with their packaging on their items. In your poles and whatnot bag, you're going to have the tensioner or whatever, the T-arm thing. You're going to have the 4 poles that go in it that actually put the tension on there. These 2 with the spiky doodad is for your awning. And these 2 are for your sides. That's what holds up the tent. So, the next order of business is take off my boots, because I don't want to walk on that with my boots, and put this thing together, which I don't have a cameraman for, so I'm sorry. So what you're going to want to do is get these 4 poles, which are deceptively heavy, might I add, and you're going to put one on each side. Now, this is what I find to be the most important part of this whole setup. If you do not get that bar right there center, this tent is horrible to set up by yourself. So make sure you can get it center. So this T-arm comes with 2 little clips you put through there. At this point, only put one of them through there. Leave the other one undone. You're going to put that rod in that side, that rod in that side. Make sure the little black is on the outside. And it even gives you a little sight glass, pretty much, to look through there and see. And I cannot stress this enough. Center it as much as you possibly can. So now you are left with this. The next process, push this down. It stretches, and you're going to put this clip through your holes. And then you're going to have your tent tensioned. It's easy as that. Now, this is also a good time to make sure you are center. I'm okay with that side. I suppose I'm okay with that side. So the next step is your big side poles. Now those are pretty straightforward, and if I have to say something is the hardest thing to do on this entire tent, it is to put the second, whatever your second side pole is, the hardest one to get by yourself. I hear that's a issue with the 14, is doing it by yourself, and I can pretty much attest to that. All you're going to do is put that pole on this ball right here. And then you're going to put the other end in this little prong, and it will hold up that side. Now you have both of your support poles and your tensioner up. Your tent's essentially up, but now you have to do the awning. Or not. You can roll the awning up if you don't want to use it. I like to let it be out here proud, so I can let people know that I'm just a little bit better. You know, that's what we're all here for. We got to show everyone we're just a little bit better. But like I said before, it's time to use these. Now this is a part that I will actually say is a little bit wonky to do by yourself. It really helps when you have somebody to help you do it. So, the only reason I'm leaving this part in is so y'all can laugh at me. You're welcome. Gotta take a steak. Now, if I've never made it publicly known, now is the time to let everybody know that I hate guy lines. I hate them with a passion. All they do is get tangled up. They slip. I'm not a fan of them. You're going to take this pole, and where this little pokey is up top, you're going to take this line and tie a knot around it. So if you're like me, I first sat there and looked at that, and I said, that's kind of cheap. I'm not really a fan of that. But I got to thinking, and why make something simple complicated? Now you get to sit here and watch me not understand how a guy line works. Because I skipped that part. And I just tie an easy to undo knot. You no longer need the hammer. You're done. And with that, you now have a tent that is erect. You like my word choice there? So now you get to set up the inside. But before we do that, let's just look at the inside by itself. You have a zippable from the inside pocket, so you can have an electric cord if you're one of those people that goes camping where there's electricity. Shame on you. On that side, and you have one on this side. It is, and right there you can, there you go. That's the zipper. That's what it looks like from the inside. You have a lot of room in this tent, obviously. It's a 10 by 14. Just for the record, I am 6'4". I am 6'4". I have a lot of room. This is the first tent I've ever had that I'm able to stand up in and enjoy it. That is on both sides. It's one of the first things I do. That is your oversized ventilation, and it works. Let me tell you, you can feel air going through these things. But that's the first thing I always do because, as you can tell, I don't want to be hot and humid. Now, it has nets and mesh. I didn't bring them because I didn't need them. That hang up from all of these little hooks, you see. Now, you remember when I had the story about the red. For some reason, Teton decided to use orange on the inside. Do not know why. It upsets my OCD. But for the quality of the tent, I can forgive them. So, now we get to set everything up. Now, let me once again mention, it is 7:45 p.m. It is 92 degrees in Texas and like 100% humidity. I'm beautiful, boys. Now, this is kind of a 2-for-1 review, and this is a product I really, really, absolutely love. I'm 6'4". I'm 270, 280. I need a big cot to be comfortable. Teton has the XXL Camping Cot something. It's the outfitter. That's it in a bag. This is probably the best cot I've ever had, ever. And as a 2-for-1, we're going to put it together and review it, because one of their bragging points is the doors on this tent are so big, this goes through it no problem. So I'm going to show you just how you set this thing up. Once again, Teton coming in clutch with the oversized travel bag. I love that. I've had this cot for about 2 years now. The only problems with it are just, you know, basic scratching and marking from being used for 2 years. Other than that, absolute perfect cot. Now, once again, you're left with 2 poles. Notice Teton has put the red little marker. That's the beauty of this cot. That's what makes it so easy to put together. And notice, I have no problem. Look, that cot is huge. I can fit 3 of those in here easy. That's beautiful to me. So, easy as pie, maybe not with one hand. You're going to take this pole, and you're going to slide it through here and pop it on those 2. You're going to repeat that process on this side, except you have a cheater. Your little red bar. You're going to pick this up. Look at this, expert filming. You're going to take this little, never mind. You're going to take this red bar thing, and you're going to put it in there like that. Done. Your cot is set up. Your cot's ready to go. I love this thing. And I will tell you, if you are going to pick this cot up and move it, do not grab it by the ends. It will pop apart. Grab it by the sides. And while you're at it, pick you up right there the XXL sleep mat that goes with it. There's a reason I started buying all Teton products. They're worth it. It goes perfect with that cot. And that's the whole setup. I mean, all that's left now is it's easier with 2 hands. But look, I can practically... I lied. I actually kind of need 2 hands for this, but, you know, you can almost zip this tent up with 1 hand, at least the top. But it comes, this entire thing is also a window. It's a mesh window. So, I mean, on top of having that, you have 2 giant mesh windows that you can have open. I've rolled it up. I got this giant window. I'm down on the floor. That's the size of one of these windows. It is huge. Mesh. You can't even really, I mean, you can, but it's even in person, it's like barely there. One questionable thing I will say about this tent. The quality of the stitching I got. I'm sure most of those are just loose threads. I don't know. I'm scared to touch them. But all in all, that is the Teton Mesa 14. That is the, whatever it's called, XXL Camping Cot. That's the camping cot pad that goes on it. I'm telling you, Teton makes the most quality items I've been able to find for camping. Yeah, and of course, you can't give anybody a perfect score because, like y'all saw, the footprint, which is also Teton, it started coming apart. I'm actually going to probably send an email to their warranty department and see if they'll send a replacement or what the deal is, and see how well that goes over. But other than that, I gotta give it at least a 9 out of 10. I mean, just based on camping equipment. The tent setup, put down of the tent is what takes the longest. That's the hardest part about it. With that included, I would give the tent a strong 8. I would give the camping cot a 10 because it's 2 years old and it's still going strong. The pad, I'd give it a 7.5 to an 8 because the only issue I have with it is washing the cover on it. It's hard to get the cover off and back on that pad. The footprint, I'm going to give it a strong 6 because it's already ripping, but it's the exact layout you need, and it's not like it's a super integral part of the process. Anyway, thank you for joining me on probably the most humid day so far of the year. Get out there and go camping, guys. Enjoy nature like it should be. You little shit. He won't, right here trying to do spooky stuff, and Mr. Armadillo decided he was going to join in on the part. Here he comes. Yeah, I guarantee you just don't move. He'll come over here and crawl on your feet and everything. Hey, buddy. Oh.
Did I spook him? I'm sorry.
You scared him.
My bad.
How dare you? Holds 600 pounds. I want to say it's like 7.5, if not 8 foot long. And that's the first time I ever did that with this cot. I don't know why I did that. It's probably because I'm recording. I mean, it's almost a shame to not just put it in the tent like this. So that's what we're going to do.